What is going on, people? Mark from Double Clutch Auto Reviews here. Thank you so much again for tuning in for the review video. Today I am here yet again at Ocean Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram here at 9 Post Road in Westerly, Rhode Island, reviewing for you guys the 2018 Jeep Grand Cherokee Trackhawk they have for sale. The guys here at Ocean just keep on throwing me awesome cars to review, so how can I say no? I just keep on coming back. And these guys are just fantastic to work with. They have excellent customer satisfaction ratings. Just look them up on Google. If you're looking for any sort of Jeep or other FCA product, Dodge, Ram, Chrysler, come check them out. They have tons of great new and used vehicles in stock. I will put all of their contact information, including their website links and their phone numbers, in the description below. And I certainly rushed to do the review on this Trackhawk because I know this will not last long on their lot. So if you're interested in this Trackhawk, come on down to Ocean and tell them I sent you. With all that being said, let's get right into what you came to this video for. The Trackhawk. The Trackhawk, of course, as you know, it has the heart of a Hellcat. 6.2-liter supercharged Hemi V8, making 707 horsepower at 6,000 RPMs and 645 pound-feet of torque at 4,800 RPMs. And that's mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission with paddle shifters and all-wheel drive with an electronic limited slip differential. And that allows you to configure your torque split based on what drive mode you're in. For instance, in Eco mode, which is just hilarious that it has an Eco mode anyway, it's 50-50 between the front and rear axles. But in track mode, it's 70 rear, 30 front torque split. And that allows all 707 horsepower to be delivered to the tires very, very effectively. When you put the pedal to the metal, the supercharged V8 with this all-wheel drive instantly rockets this 5,400-pound SUV from 0 to 60 in 3.3 seconds, and it does a quarter mile in 11.7 seconds. That's crazy. And I've done my own personal calculations using the performance pages that this car has built in already, and it may even be faster than that. Mind-blowing. 0 to 60 in 3.3 seconds. That is faster than a Ferrari 458 Italia. Essentially what this means is that you, with your whole family in the car, can not only keep up with, but beat supercars in a straight line. The Trackhawk also comes with, from the factory, with adjustable Bilstein shocks all around and Brembo brakes, 15.75-inch discs up front and 15-inch discs in the rear. The rest of the suspension and chassis components are also all beefed up as well over the regular Grand Cherokee. Certainly things that are needed to tame this 707 horsepower beast. And as far as practicality goes, it has a max cargo capacity of 68.3 cubic feet with all the seats folded down, and it has a towing capacity of 7,200 pounds. That's of course attributing to its massive engine, but still pretty impressive nonetheless. It also has most of the safety features that you would want in a modern SUV. Lane keep assist, lane departure warning, blind spot detection, parking assist, perpendicular and parallel. The only thing that falls short with the practicality is the fuel economy, of course. 11 miles per gallon in the city, 17 miles per gallon highway, and 13 average overall. But that is a sacrifice you have to make if you want to drive a Jeep Grand Cherokee that is faster than a Ferrari. And now moving on to the exterior styling of the Grand Cherokee Trackhawk. I actually really like this generation of Grand Cherokee. Some people say they don't. I know that this generation has been out for several years now, so it may look kind of dated compared to some other new vehicles on the road. However, I still think it has great proportions. It has nice body lines, especially with the Grand Cherokee SRT body kit that you get, including the front fascia, the widened fender flares, and the rear diffuser, of course. Overall, I think this is actually a pretty good looking SUV. We also have the special badging on the sides. It says supercharged underneath Grand Cherokee, and of course the Trackhawk badge on the rear tailgate. I also really like these vents bulging out of the hood. It probably needs that ventilation to get the excess heat out made by this massive power plant of an engine. Other than that though, there's not too many other styling cues in the Trackhawk that would necessarily give it away to what it actually is. The Trackhawk has been renowned to be one of the ultimate sleepers that you can get right out of the box. Some say they don't like the fact that the Trackhawk doesn't stand out enough visually to others. In my humble opinion, if you're looking for something like that, there are plenty of other vehicles that you can get that are much flashier than this. However, I think it's kind of cool how this has an undercover, unassuming sleeper look up until, of course, it smokes you at a red light or flies by you on the highway. It's very unassuming overall, and unless you know what you're looking at, you would have no idea how much power this thing has. The bottom half of the front fascia with the lower front splitter also has the fog light delete, as you can see, which is needed to allow more airflow into the engine. I'm also a big fan of these wheels. These are special wheels for the Grand Cherokee SRT and up. I think they look really good. The black on black fits this car well, with the yellow brake calipers just pop in a little bit, just a little hint of what this car is capable of. Climbing on into the Grand Cherokee Trackhawk, first thing I noticed was these front seats. The leather that they used is really nice. They are very well bolstered. If you need this vehicle for commuting or long trips, you can tell that you'd be very comfortable in these for a long time. And for the most part, the rest of the materials in here overall look and feel quite good. The A-pillars and headliner are wrapped in suede. Feels very nice. There's also this carbon fiber trim going along the dashboard and around to all the doors. Very nice touch. The chrome edging around it, though, I'm not particularly the biggest fan of. I think I would prefer a more brushed aluminum look. However, overall, it's a pretty good looking interior and not a bad place to spend time. The center stack moving down to the center console has this brighter looking silver. It is plastic though, it's not metal, but it still looks and feels pretty nice. In this little storage compartment, we have 2 USB ports, an aux jack, and a 12-volt outlet. There's also another 12-volt outlet in the center console, and it's a 2-stage center console. We also have a few Trackhawk badges in here, one on each front seat. There's also one at the bottom of the steering wheel, which looks sharp. We also have the floor mats that say Trackhawk on them, and there's a supercharged logo right in the door sill there. There are some plastic bits in here, including some of these buttons that don't quite feel the best of quality, but it's not a deal breaker for me. We also have heated and ventilated front seats and a heated steering wheel. Very nice, you know, I love that. And not to mention we have the Harman Kardon sound system, of course, but with that 6.2 liter supercharged V8, I don't even think you'll be listening to any music in this thing. And for the drive modes, we of course have track, the most important one. Then we have sport, auto, snow, and tow. There's also a custom drive mode button where you can configure the settings to your liking. And then to the left of the drive mode dial, we have the best button in this car, launch control. And I also love how it's a drag strip Christmas tree, very cool touch. I will demonstrate how to use launch control when I'm driving the Trackhawk, but essentially how to do it is you put it in track mode, come to a complete stop, put your left foot on the brake, push the launch control button, it'll say launch control activated, you floor it, watch your RPMs rev up, and then just dump the brake and you go flying. So insanely fun. And I also proved something that other journalists have said about this vehicle. You cannot launch it at the maximum rev limit for launch control at 3,500 RPMs. It does not work. This car is so powerful that it literally can't hold itself back. I was stomping on the brake and it literally has so much power, it cannot hold it in place when you're trying to launch it. I lowered it down to 2,000 RPMs at launch control and it worked beautifully. The infotainment screen seems to work pretty well. It is a little laggy. The response to my touch is pretty good, but sometimes the information displayed is a little bit delayed, I will say. Not my biggest complaint. I've heard other people that really didn't like that feature. However, I think you just got to get used to it. It's not that big of a deal. Of course, we would all prefer to update instantly, as quick as it possibly could. And it's true that not many cars at all have any of these performance pages or all this information that it can give you in real time. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm happy to have that as it is rather than not at all. And check this out. If you go into the performance pages, you can see just about everything with this car. All right, so now we're up on the performance pages of the Trackhawk. Check this out. These are awesome. On home, you can have each widget where you can display 4 of your choosing. You can go to timers, which I love. You have all of these stats in real time that the car reads for you. In the gauges page of the performance pages, you have every reading and measurement that you could possibly think of that you would want in your Trackhawk. You know, between oil temperature, coolant temperature, oil pressure, you have air-fuel ratio, transmission temperature. And now moving on to G-force. This has a G-force meter, so you can see how many G-forces you're pulling in real time. I mean, that's awesome. Look at that, peak 1.24 Gs. I mean, what? And on the engine page, you can see you have your power, torque, and boost pressure updating in real time. I've noticed that this is a little bit laggy, but overall, it's still a pretty cool page. And now moving on to the dyno page, this is pretty cool. As you can see, as I rev the motor, it jumps up in real time. Okie dokie, now moving on to the rear seats of the Grand Cherokee Trackhawk. You'll notice that it's not too bad as far as room goes. I'm a little cramped on the legroom, but I do have this front seat back pretty far. It's not all the way, but it's pretty far. Headroom is decently good. Shoulder room's all right. You know, I'm about average size. I'd say 5'11", 6 feet, depending on how confident I feel that day, and I'm fairly comfortable back here. These back seats also do recline, which I love, of course. Check this out. They can recline actually pretty far. We also have heated rear seats. Very nice. Just push this button down here. We have 2 USB ports additionally down here, and a 110 volt outlet as well. We also have a center armrest here with 2 cup holders. Other than that, there's not too much exciting going on in the rear seat except for this huge panoramic sunroof, of course, as I'll show you now. And the red seatbelt theme has continued on to the back as well. And now moving on to the tailgate, we have the floor mats in the back here. Don't mind that, the dealer just put them there for now. But as you can see, we have a decent amount of room, as well as this built-in privacy cover, very nice. There's also a gigantic storage compartment underneath the floor of the tailgate, which you can put the full-size spare tire or something else if you want to take that tire out like they did. The tailgate opens and closes automatically, of course, as well. To open it, push this little button underneath the license plate right here in the back, and to close it, look to the left side of the trunk and push that little button right there. You'll notice the Harman Kardon subwoofer as well mounted on the right side of the trunk. It is recessed and built into the paneling, so it is not going to get in the way or get damaged when you are loading or unloading cargo. And on the other side of the trunk, the left side that doesn't have a subwoofer, you'll see there is a little storage compartment where you can hold miscellaneous items that you would want to keep in the trunk. All right, and now allow me to do what I've always wanted to do ever since I heard the Trackhawk existed. Take it out for a spin. All right, folks, here we go. Officially taking out the Jeep Grand Cherokee Trackhawk. I am extremely excited and definitely a little nervous, but we're gonna do baby steps. All right. What? So that was an auto, and that still felt amazing. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my Lord. That is intoxicating. Literally an endorphin rush. All right, down to second gear. Oh, that sounds so good. Every upshift, you get this loud snap. It just, oh, it's so aggressive, so violent. Oh, the acceleration is just brutal. Oh my God, that is so much fun. Oh, wow. I will say, it shifts very quickly. The paddles are very good, but it's jerky. Like, it really hits you back. But that's kind of the fun of it, I think. That is definitely part of the whole experience, the drama. It's not super smooth, seamless shifting. It's like it bang, bang, bang. I can already tell I could drive this car all day long. Let's do a little bit of the windows down, just to get the sound of the supercharger. I can still hear the supercharger pretty well with all the windows up. Like, it still sounds great, but let's do a little bit with the windows down. I apologize for the wind noise, but I just want to see if I can hear it a little bit louder. All right, ready? Here we go. The problem is with this car, everywhere I go, I'm catching up to everyone so quickly. So you only get one good pull-in and then you're stuck behind traffic. Ocean, thank you so much for trusting me with this car, because clearly I am having the time of my life. I want to buy this car. I want to buy it. This almost makes me want to start having kids just so I have a reason to buy this, so I can put them all in the back and give them their own little personal roller coaster ride. I'm telling you, for a daily driver application, this is incredible. It's so fast and it's really comfortable inside. Seats are extremely comfortable. I love them. They fit me great. The bolstering's super nice. The leather in here is awesome. It's fairly quiet and comfortable when you're not flooring it. Even in track mode, the ride isn't too bad. Like, I'm telling you, this is quite an incredible master of both worlds. You can beat Ferrari 458 Italias in a straight line, or you can just cruise, be comfy. The Trackhawk is clearly insanely fast and insanely fun. However, even in track mode with traction control off, I don't necessarily feel like I'm going to die ever at all. Like, the car with the all-wheel drive handles the power so well. It puts down the power and you just go. I honestly don't feel like it's gonna like kick out on me out of nowhere at all, like some other cars would, especially like a rear-wheel drive. The all-wheel drive system in this thing is great. It just hooks up and pulls, and it just takes you for a ride. What I'm trying to say is, I can imagine that many people getting into this car are a little scared and intimidated to drive it when they find out it has 707 horsepower, including myself. But once you get in it and start driving and just punch it for the first time and feel that acceleration, and the car handles it so well, it's just incredible, and you're not scared anymore, and you're just having an awesome time. All right, coming into some corners now. This thing is just too fast. I'm in track mode now, and it's very composed in corners. You can feel the weight, you can feel the top heaviness-ish, but overall it is very composed. There's a slight amount of body roll, and the steering feel is relatively well connected. I'm getting some decent feedback from the road, but it's still a 5,400-pound SUV. For an SUV, it's great. Obviously, this isn't going to keep up with any sports car in the twisties, but this is very, very good for what it is. All right, from a dig, no launch control. Oh my God! What? I just did a four-wheel burnout. Oh my God. Oh my God. What? Let me correct my statement before. When you are at speed, it feels like it's very controlled. When you floor it from a dig, oh my God. I just got squirrely with all four tires spinning. Wow. But you can still reel it in relatively well. Like, it's fun to do that and spin all the tires and just gun it. This drivetrain is just blowing me away. I'm so happy that I finally got the chance to drive one of these. So I will say, if you don't nail the upshifts, the car definitely kind of, like, it hesitates a second. I don't want to say bogs, but it just kind of really jolts you forward real quick. So you have to nail the upshifts right at the right time. But when you do, it just pulls and pulls and pulls. I really want to do launch control now. I don't think I could ever do a Trackhawk review without at least doing one good launch. That thing is crazy. This car gets your blood pumping. Can't even talk right now. I'm like speechless. All right, we're gonna wait for one more straightaway, do one more good launch, and then we're gonna take it back. All right, brakes, 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 brakes. The best way I could describe this car, it's your everyday family SUV and your own personal roller coaster all in one. All right, guys, that is all I have time for you today. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I obviously did. Thank you so much to Ocean for allowing me to drive this Trackhawk. It has been an amazing experience. Go check them out at 9 Post Road in Westerly, Rhode Island. They have tons of great other Jeeps and other FCA vehicles in their lot. I will put all of their contact information in the description below, and they are truly awesome guys to work with. They have a fantastic customer satisfaction rating. Go Google it for yourself. I highly recommend them, especially when they have vehicles like this. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. It really helps me out a lot. And don't forget to follow me on my new Instagram at Double Clutch Auto Reviews. Take care and have a great day.